Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and WandaVision just gave Vision both his biggest threat and his possible lifeboat to a future in the MCU in the form of White Vision. At least that's what we're calling him. A secondary sentient weapon built by Hayward using Vision's corpse parts and Wanda's magic from that drone that she told them to keep out of her yard. Now posing a threat to Wanda and Scarlet Vision. That's what I'm gonna call him. The Hex Vision that Wanda created with her Mind Stone amplified chaos magic, but also still apparently tangible enough to trigger vibranium decay sensors on the outside. So, two visions, to quote my favorite breakfast date.
These are confusing times.
And there is an equally confusing history with White Vision in the comics, but I'm gonna explain what this Vision versus Vision battle will probably look like in the WandaVision finale episode, and what White Vision's arrival means for Paul Bettany's employment status. So in WandaVision, White Vision is the product of Project Cataract, Sword director Tyler Hayward's secret sentient weapons project, sometime after Vision's death in Wakanda and Infinity War, presumably in the last 3 years because that's when Hayward took over Sword from the late Maria Rambeau. Hayward got his hands on Vision's desaturated remains and shifted Sword's focus to reanimated Vision into a superhero synthezoid that he could control. Now sure, you could try to theorize a deeper agenda or hidden identity by Hayward as a form of Ultron or the Grim Reaper or Mephisto. No, I don't think so. Folks, I'm chained to the freaking engine of the Mephisto train, but not everything is Mephisto, just most things. Hayward is just another government a-hole seeing superheroes as controllable assets. Kind of like what Tony Stark hoped to do with the Iron Legion. Certainly there's a thematic parallel with the Ultron disaster, but really it's a mistake that every God player falls into. Hayward likely hoped that Wanda could use her mysterious magic and bond with Vision to reboot his parts, but when she didn't do that and made the town of Westview, New Jersey disappear off the map, Hayward sent in Monica Rambeau after updating Sword's front desk security so that Monica would fly a drone into the anomaly so that maybe Hayward could snatch some of Wanda's yummy magic. But then, unfortunately for Hayward, Monica herself got sucked in and no other probes came back out with usable magic until the 80s Stark drone, something that was already in the 80s form, didn't need to be rewritten by the reality, so in order to be disabled out of a weapon that would hurt Wanda, needed to be coated with this chaos magic in order to keep it disabled, giving Hayward the synthezoid fuel source that he needed. While this is going on, Hayward lied to Monica saying Wanda did steal Vision's parts in order to, one, make Wanda look like a villain, and two, hide his own possession of those parts and his whole plan to weaponize them into Project Cataract White Vision. Now this whole plot does reflect a bit of how White Vision came about in the comics. He comes from the 1989 Vision Quest arc of the West Coast Avenger comics, after Vision had previously taken over the government nuclear weapons arsenal as Avengers chairman and then relinquished it, but those government agents were still pretty freaked out. So while Wanda and Vision were married, she wakes up one day to find Vision gone and then later finds out that the government had kidnapped and dismantled Vision's body. Oh, and fun fact, we later find out that those government forces were actually being manipulated by Immortus, one of the forms of the time-traveling villain Kang the Conqueror. Now Kang is showing up in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and rumor is he could first appear in Loki. If Kang/Immortus is behind Hayward here, that would be nuts. Though not as nuts as Hayward being Ultron or Mephisto. Let's keep our insanity in check if we can. Anyway, in the comics, Hank Pym tries to reassemble Vision. Remember, Hank Pym built Ultron and Ultron built Vision, so he's kind of like his grand creator. And Ultron built Vision using the android body of the original Human Torch and the brainwaves of Wonder Man Simon Williams. But now Williams refuses to give his brainwaves to resurrect Vision because he said that it felt like his soul was ripped out. So without those brainwaves and with the irreparable tissue damage, Vision returns white and soulless. Two words that also describe this guy. And by the way, this is all going down as Wanda realizes that her sons Billy and Tommy are pieces of Mephisto's soul and that Agatha Harkness has been brainwashing her. So Wanda and White Vision separate. Now, later in the comics, Vision does get a new red body from an alternate dimension and brainwaves from the deceased son of Miles Lipton, scientist Alex Lipton, and then the brainwaves of Simon Williams do return return and merge with those as well, and thus, through the magic of comic book bullshit, Vision walks again. But based on what we are seeing in WandaVision, that same kind of bullshit might bring Paul Bettany Vision truly back from the dead in the MCU. You know, it's nice to see these two characters that are clearly just meant for each other, a match made in heaven. You know what the odds of you finding the perfect match for you are? Pretty low. Just like the odds of you grabbing a random mattress and it being perfect for you are also very low. Well, quit sleeping on an ill-fitting mattress and get yourself a personalized Helix mattress. Thank you to Helix for sponsoring this episode. Helix mattresses are made in America and shipped to your door with free delivery, free returns, and a 100-night sleep trial. To choose a mattress, Helix made a quiz that takes just 2 minutes and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. If you like a mattress that's really soft or firm, or if you sleep on your side or on your stomach, or if you sleep really hot, with Helix there is a specific mattress for your unique taste. I took the quiz and I got matched with the Dusk Looks Helix mattress because I wanted a medium firm mattress with lumbar support that sleeps cool, and I sleep great on my Helix mattress. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 by GQ, Wired Magazine, and Apartment Therapy. Just go to helixsleep.com/rockstars, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress for the best sleep of your life. And they have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/rockstars. That's helixsleep.com/rockstars for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows. Paul Bettany himself indicated that his employment with Marvel Studios is ongoing beyond WandaVision from when he played coy about fan theories about Mephisto.
This one that mentions Mephisto, I can't speak to right now because I'm worried about getting fired.
Our editor Hydra John pointed out that since Bettany had wrapped on WandaVision by the time this interview was recorded, for him to be worried about getting fired would suggest that he is still under contract to appear in a future Marvel title. Now, he could have said sued or fired for violating my NDA, but no, he said fired, which is essentially the fear of a guy who still has his job. So yes, this WandaVision finale is clearly setting up a Vision Bowl, White Vision versus Scarlet Vision. I'm gonna give the edge to Scarlet Vision because he has something to fight for, and he is on his home turf. He is such a product of the Hex that he begins to crumble the moment he steps out of the Hex, which actually does give White Vision a tactic here. White Vision's goal might be to drag Scarlet Vision out of the Hex, like a wrestler throwing his opponent out of the ring. Watch out! Just imagine White Vision shoving Scarlet Vision's face into that Hex wall as he's screaming. But step away from this for a second, and let's imagine if WandaVision does end House of M style, with Wanda leaving this dimension, escaping into a new Hex reality where she and her boys can live in peace alongside other mutants, including her real brother Aaron Taylor Johnson Pietro, a House of M. Would Vision want to live in that lie? Last they talked, he seemed pretty betrayed by her. So Wanda might instead grant Vision a way to live on in his home reality, the Prime MCU, away from her as she leaves it, by merging Vision's consciousness with the White Vision body, a Vision from a separate reality, not unlike the comics. Now, even though Wanda can seemingly create vibranium out of thin air, I don't think she would be able to give him a completely new Mind Stone in his head when he is outside the Hex. Seems like she can create a Mind Stone in that Hex, but outside that Hex, the Mind Stone has been atomized. Still though, she is a Nexus being with magic derived from the Mind Stone, and her wiggly woos could be converted into synthezoid fuel from that drone on the outside. So, using that logic, Wanda could charm something else as a replacement battery. Perhaps the gem in her engagement ring. She could even engrave a little heart in it, like the heart that Vision wrote on the deed and the heart that began all this on the calendar. This way, as Wanda moves on into a House of M universe, one that could get revisited in Multiverse of Madness, Vision could walk once more in the Prime MCU, longing for his love, the Good Witch, who gave this Tin Man his heart back. Ooh, by the way, if you have not already, this unusual couple shirt, plus its purple counterpart, are about to sell out. This is your last chance to get these. You just gotta go to newrockstarsmerch.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Erik Voss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for everything WandaVision. Thank you for watching. Bye.